I want to go through LinkedIn first, and then we'll go back and do Facebook. But yes, you need to create a business page.
Okay.
And your business page is not going to be you can invite them, but this is your business page.
Right.
It's not the lottie-dottie class reunion, ha-ha, what you doing, birthdays, deaths, and all that. So yes, your business page is going to, you can invite those people to like that business page, but you're not going to get all that, personal stuff out there. What you're promoting, what you're talking about, you're the one that's providing the information. Other people are not providing the information. You're providing the information, and people are commenting, liking, and sharing. They're not, they're not posting their birthday celebration or, all of that.
Okay.
It's not like that at all.
Everything is related to your information.
Right, exactly. It is yours and yours alone.
Okay.
Welcome. So yes, you want to definitely have a Facebook business page so that you can put down what's happening in your business, and it's not all about the high school reunions and the birthday parties. So yes, and we talked about that in the last class, but because you guys need that, we're going to cover that again quickly at the end of the session. So LinkedIn. Once upon a time, not very long ago, LinkedIn was considered the only place that you went when you were looking for a job. I was actually laid off in corporate America in 2005. And at the time, I didn't know anything about LinkedIn, but it was suggested to me to sign up for a LinkedIn account so perhaps I could find somebody that could offer me another job. So that was where you would go and you would put your professional resume. Now, LinkedIn has become a very popular social media platform for everyone. Business owners, non-business owners. But the thing about LinkedIn, that's where you're going to find your professionals. So when you're serious, you can have your Facebook page, and you can have your Twitter page, and you can have your Instagram page. But when it comes to networking, network marketing, LinkedIn is where you should have a presence. That is where the creme de la crop, so you're not going to see a whole bunch of junk out there. And that is where you're going to start engaging and making connections. On LinkedIn, it's about networking and making connections in your specific niche. Don't spend a lot of time connecting with people in education if you're not in education. Don't spend a lot of time connecting with people in healthcare if you're not in healthcare, because there are millions of other people out there in the same niche that you're in. So you're going to find those people.
So if you're in real estate and you're helping people to either buy a home, sell a home, qualify for a mortgage, get good rates, would that not be everybody?
You want to target in on your mortgage, your banking, your insurance.
So peers.
Peers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything.
Okay.
Just not Aunt Fanny's candy.
Not trying to just get the
Right. You don't need.
customer.
Right. You don't just need Aunt Fanny's candy, because that is not what you're targeting. You need your insurance agent. You need your even electricians.
Yes,
Contractors. That is the people you're going to start connecting with,
Okay.
because now you're building a network,
Okay.
and you should have hundreds
The connection.
of connections. Now, those connections can be your friends, your family, your peers. It could be people that you worked with, that work for you, contractors, suppliers, vendors. It should be a mishmash of everything, but you should have hundreds of connections there. Okay? Hundreds of connections. So let's take a quick look at my LinkedIn page and my profile. And I like to keep the profile consistent. You should have a professional headshot.
Looks like almost like Facebook.
Right. So that when you see that, you know that's me. No draped over a car pictures, no selfies, a professional headshot. A professional shot, yeah, on LinkedIn. It really should be on all your business pages, but especially on LinkedIn. It should be a professional headshot. It should also list who you are. Because people are going to search. So if you see mine, it says social media specialist, and then it has my business. It has Middletown, Delaware internet. So anytime someone's going to be searching on LinkedIn, they may be looking for social media marketer, social media, whatever you think people are going to be looking for you. That's what you're going to have in your title. You don't need to put CEO, founder, representative, whatever. Put in specific. Be as specific as possible. Use your product's name in your description. Because if I'm searching, you know how people Google, right? It's a noun and a verb. How do you boil an egg? I don't know. Google it. Where does that person live? I don't know. Google it. So when you're thinking about your customers, when they're looking for you or your product, how are they going to find you? So think about, what you type into the Google. What are you looking for? I'm looking for a social media marketer. I'm looking for somebody in Delaware. I'm looking for a blogger. Whatever it is, make sure you are specific in what you do. Your current, and it could be you have multiple positions because you may work at home, but then you may have a 9-to-5 job as well. So I change it. I like to put what my most current thing is. Like I said, I created, I founded, and I launched A. Blake Enterprises last month. But I have always had DED deals and blogging with Blake. Blogging with Blake was March of this year, and then DED deals was 2012. So those are all, and then previous jobs, who I worked for, where I went to school, and your LinkedIn. And again, your connections are very important. It just usually shows how many you have, and again, you have 500 plus. Another great thing about LinkedIn is you can put your experience there and recommendations. Recommendations are like referrals on a resume. Ask people for a recommendation. Not an endorsement. Endorsements are good. It's almost a like on Facebook. It's almost like a retweet on Twitter. A recommendation is a written, meaning that person had interaction with you, because that means a lot. That, you remember on your resume when you always said have references, and you wanted those references to stand out. When you were in high school, you started your first job. Okay, so ask people for recommendations. Ask your vendors. Ask your UPS man. Ask whoever it is that is working with you. Can you give me a recommendation? If you do speaking engagements or you do presentations where you're not getting paid, ask them for a recommendation. That's just as good as cash.
So there's no limit to how many recommendations?
No, and you can use them. You can use them on your website. You can use them on your blog, because people like to know that you helped somebody else. So I ask people for recommendations. Who am I? How did you work with me? And I take them and I put them on my website as well. So here again, you're going to list out your recommendations. You're going to list out your job, what you did, and so forth and so on. You're going to have as much information there as possible. And if you want everybody to know that you made changes, you can click there and say yes. So every time you make a change, everybody can see it. The only reason why I turn to no is, we like to change our pictures, right? We just got to have the right picture. I don't want to let everybody know that I change a picture like 4 times a day, so I just said to no, But if something significant, like you're adding a skill, you're adding a new product or something, you want everybody to know. Definitely want everybody to know. So let's jump back over here. Keep your profile updated. Again, professional photo. Every time you have a new skill, suppose you did a speaking engagement. Now you have that as a skill. You did fundraising for your kids' school. Add that as a skill. Don't negate anything that you do, whether in your personal life or in your business life. There's probably a tab for there. Pet ownership. Because again, when you're marketing your product, remember it's the 80-20 rule. You want people to like you. And you may be a cat lover, or you may be a parrot lover, or a dog lover, and I see you posting things about that. I'm going to come to you because I'm ready to buy, because guess what? We have this in common. You have a cat, you have a dog, you have a parrot. I like you. We're talking about each other. We're sharing, tips about, dogs and stuff like that. So again, it's networking. It's being social. Keep your profile updated. you make changes, and that's why I said turn it off first. You know, turn off that notification so you can play around with it and get it just right. Make sure it reads right. Grammar is important, things like that. Have somebody else look at it, and then go ahead and publish it.
Okay.
Expand your network. Again, you should have hundreds of connections. So if you're down to 25 and there's a lot of people want to be your friends, and there's pictures and they look legit and they don't look like an axe murderer, accept them. Add your skills and endorsements, whether it's public speaking, social media, fundraising, if you do something for your church, your synagogue, the mosque, or something like that, your secretary, writing, you know, journalism, speaking, networking, all that. Party planning, if you do parties at your house, you're a great party planner, everybody loves your party skills, you're a party planner. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to expand your circle, because you never know. You know how you go to a cocktail party back in the day? I mean, I don't go to a cocktail party, but have you ever been someplace and you just mingling, and you never know who that person is. And again, years later or months later, something happened. It's like, oh my God, I remember you were at da 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 da. So however you're presenting yourself, and now I want to buy. Oh, you sell that? I've been looking for a distributor of. So you never know. You always put your best foot forward, because this is where you're going to build and engage and make your business successful. That's all it is, about engaging and being with others in social situations. Take your pulse. There is an app or a tab at the top of your LinkedIn page. Let me go up here and I'll show you. Up here is interest, and then it drops down. You have companies, groups. Here's a pulse tab. This pulse is going to be based on some of the likes or some of the people that you have followed that LinkedIn is going to suggest that you follow. So remember I said it's always 80-20%. You want to share other people's content as well. And if they check your pulse and they see that Modern Meeting call, this is New York Times, and they think that if I'm interested in this, then I can go ahead and hit publish.
Just sharing your
I'm sharing someone else's content. Exactly. Bingo. And I can actually write a post and say, you know, I found this to be of interest, and then put the link in there. Or I can write my own post. So that is great too. So we're not going to write anything now. What I like to do as a blogger, bloggingwithblake.com, what I will do is I will write my blog, then I will go and copy and paste it and put it in LinkedIn. Because not all my LinkedIn followers are my blog followers. So I'm promoting. And that's what you do, cross all social media platforms. You don't want to just be on one. I always recommend you're on at least